Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Now in this video we are going to learn about how we are going to draw the image that is visible on your screen. So this contains a number of circles, so we are going to start from center of a circle. So I'll start from this one. I'll draw this particular circle first, then this one. After that these angles are given, so we are going to draw these lines and we'll be drawing these portions and this circle. Later on we will draw this particular portion and this one. So without further delay, just take a screenshot of this image and try to draw it alongside me. So let's move towards the Autocad screen. So the first work that we are going to do is we'll be drawing the circle. So we are going to draw the innermost circle first. So they have a radius of 19 and 29. So select circle. Now specify the starting point. Select circle command using circle radius. Give starting point as 0, 0 and specify radius as 19 for the first circle, and then we are going to specify the radius of outer circle. Outer circle is of 29 radius. So start from the same center and provide radius of 29. Now along with this particular circle there is one more circle that is of a little bit larger radius. So we are going to draw that as well. But before drawing that, the first thing that we are going to do is we will be taking a line, we will be selecting a line and we will move 14 units from the center on this side. Okay, horizontally we need to move 14 units. So simply type 14 and then press enter. Now enter. Now this is the center of the smaller circle inside the diagram. So use center and radius. So radius of this circle is 4.5. So specify center as this particular point and specify radius as 4.5. Now this is the smaller circle. The next thing that we are going to do is we will be drawing the circle that is just around this one, or we can use or create an offset as well. So from the same center we have a circle of radius 11. Now after that, the next thing that we need to do is we need to provide we are going to trim the non-required portion first. So trim this line and this line. So this is also not needed. Now what we need to do is we will be creating a fillet of radius 2. So specify fillet of radius 2 and then press enter. Now click on this and this. So this portion is done. Now we are going to specify the smaller fillet as well. Now for that, this fillet is of radius 8. So specify fillet radius as 8 and then press enter. Specify first object and then the second object. So just take a look. We are done with the innermost portion. The next thing that we need to do is we will be drawing lines on this side as well as on this side. So what we can do, instead of line we are going to use ray command. So click on ray, start a ray from this one and specify ray angle as 45 degree and then press enter. So it's done. Sorry, not 45. Basically we need a ray of ray at 30 degree angle. So by mistake I took 45. So select ray, select this center point and specify angle as 30 degree and then press enter. So one is done. Now for the second one we need to specify an angle of -30 and then second one is also done. After that basically we need a ray at 90 degree angle as well. So specify angle as 90 and then press enter. After that we need another ray at 90 plus 45, that is at angle 135. So 135 and then press enter. So we have paved the way for outer drawing. Now without further delay, what we are going to do is we will draw another circle of radius 34. Now the first thing that we need to do, first we will create a circle of radius 35 and then press enter. Okay, it was not 35, it should be 34. So right click, go to properties and change its radius to 34 instead of 35, then press enter. So we have created these circles. Now select all the rays and these circles that basically that are there just to provide us support. So what I'm going to do is just make their or change their color instead of Y layer to a different color so that we can use them as placeholders for different objects. Now what we are going to do is we will need a circle. We'll need a smaller circle that has this particular center of radius 3 and radius 8. Now instead of drawing circle, we can use another command, that is donut. So this one. So click on donut command. Now specify the inside diameter as 6 and outside diameter as 14 and then press enter and specify this here. So this is also a work that we can do, but instead of basically this donut is a solid object, so we are going to use circle only. So select circle, specify center point of this one and radius as 3, and then we are going to use radius 7. Now the next thing that we need to do is basically we are done with this particular portion, so we will provide a fillet of radius 4 on both sides after trimming the non-required portion. So we don't need this one, this one, this one and this one. Now specify fillet radius as 4, then press enter. First object, second object, repeat fillet, first object, second object. So this portion is also done. Now we are going to create this particular portion. Now this has if you will take a look, we'll need a circle or an arc. Okay, so we are going to use circle itself starting from this one of radius 4 and then press enter. Now outer radius is 8. So before moving further, basically we are going to create an offset of this particular line. Okay, so first use trim command. We don't need this one, we just want to create an offset on both sides. So use offset. Now create an offset of 4 units for this one, on this side as well as on this side. Now these are the options for which we need to move, and we are going to select line from here and select this as starting point and give this length as 9 units. Provide this length as 9 units, then press enter. Repeat the same line command, start it from this particular point and provide a length of 9 units and press enter, and we are done. Okay, now the next thing that we need to do is we can create a mirror. Select this object, press enter, specify this as the mirror line. Now this particular point, it should be the center. Just make sure it's the center of this line. So how we are going to identify this? Just take a look. We are clicking on center. Do not erase the source object, so it's done. Now use trim command. Just remove these portions and we are done with this one. Now how do we basically change this particular portion? How do we create, or how do we change this particular portion? So what we are going to do is we are going to create an offset of distance 4. Okay, so type offset distance is 4. Now create an offset of this one, offset of this one, this one and this one. Now what we are going to do, we will provide the required trims of radius 7, fillet of radius 7, and we will trim the non-required portion. So click on trim. We don't need these lines, we don't need these 2 lines, and we don't need these lines as well. So we are going to use fillet command. Specify fillet radius as radius 7. So type 7 and then press enter. This is the first object, this is the second object. Similarly, right click, repeat the fillet command, select this one and this one. Okay, this line is not extended, so click on extend and extend this particular line and this one as well. Now we need to make sure that the fillet was between these curves. No, basically this fillet was not between these curves. Basically this fillet was between this particular line and this line. Basically these were the fillet options that were there. Okay, so use fillet, specify this as the first object and this as the second object. Similarly, use fillet, specify this as the first and this as the second point. Now delete these two curves. Now it's done. So we are done with these two portions. The next work that we need to do is we need to create the upper portion now between this one and this particular line. So we need to create a portion of radius 4 on both sides of this. So select center and radius and specify this radius as radius 4. Similarly, repeat the same circle command, specify this point as the center and radius as 4 and then press enter. Now what we are going to do is we are going to trim the portion that we don't need so that we can create an offset, this one and this one. Now this as well and this as well. Enter. Now create an offset of radius of 6 unit distance, because the outer radius is 10, so we are going to create an offset of 6. So specify offset distance as 6 and then press enter. Create an offset of before not 6, basically it should be an offset of 4. So click on offset, specify offset distance as 4, because we need to create this arc first. So offset distance 4 on this side. So just take a look, we have created this arc. Now we are going to change the color of this particular portion and make it bilayer. So I think we are done. Now we are going to trim the non-required portion from here, this one, similarly this one. So I hope it's clear. Now what else we need to do is we will create the outer offset of 6 distance. So create an offset, specify offset distance as 6, this as the first object, this as the second, this as the third. Now just take a look, this portion is taking the required shape, so we need to provide a fillet distance of fillet radius of 12, fillet of radius 12. So specify radius as 12 and then press enter. This is the first object and this is the second object. Now this circle that we had, this is actually deleted, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend circle from, just extend it, and we will trim the non-required portion later on. So repeat fillet command, specify fillet radius of this time we don't need to provide the fillet radius of 12 on this side, we will change it later on. Now we are going to trim the non-required portion from here, so trim this particular line. Now take a look, this is something that we needed to create and we are done with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the portion that is there on the left side. So the first thing that we need to find out is the center of the circle that we needed. So basically this is the innermost circle and we need to move 8 units above this particular circle. So specify, now what I'm going to do, at the rate 8 less than 90. So this is the portion that I needed to create. Now on this side I'll be moving, simply specify angle as 180 degree and draw a line of a larger length, and we are done. Now what else I need to do is I need to create an offset of 14 units of this particular line. So click on offset, specify offset distance of 14, click on this line and done. Now what else I need to do, I need to create an offset of this particular line at 26 units on the left side. So click on offset, specify offset distance as 26, click on this particular line and move it on this side. Now extend this particular line and you will get the center of the circle, and we are done. Now specify, draw a circle of diameter 15. So center diameter, this is the center and diameter is 15 units, and then press enter. Now what else I need to do other than this? Basically I'm going to create an offset of this particular line at a distance of 28, not 26. So click on offset, specify offset distance of 28 and then press enter. Select this particular line, and this is the offset that we needed. Now we don't need these lines, so I'm going to trim all of them that are not of our use. So these lines, these curves, they are not usable to us. Now delete this one, this one, this one. Now take a look. What we need to do here is we need to find out a distance of 16 units from here. So instead of doing anything, I'm going to create offset of 16.5 units. 16.5 units, press enter. Now this is the object and this is the offset that we needed. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to extend this particular portion, click on this particular line, and we are done. And trim the non-required lines from here, so it's clear, I guess. Now the next thing that I need to do is I need to create a chamfer on this side. So use chamfer command, chamfer. Now use distance. Now first chamfer distance I'm going to use as 10 for vertical line, and another one I'm going to use as 9.5. 9.5, sorry, not 9.5, 9, and press enter. Now first line is this one, second line is this one, so our chamfer is created. Next thing, I need to create a fillet of radius, basically 12. So select fillet radius of 12 units and then press enter. This is the first line and this one is the second line. So I hope our drawing is created now. Delete all the non-required portions and we are done. So this is how you can create a drawing. Now it looked quite complicated earlier, but right now we can see that the drawing is quite simple. So we are going to remove clutter, whatever is there. So simply we can trim these lines. Now I'm not going to draw the dimensions for this one, because we have been using or creating dimensions for all our drawings earlier. So I hope you guys will be able to do it by yourself. We are just removing the non-required portions, whatever lines we don't need. So use trim again. Now there is another line here, so I think we are done with this one. Just delete them, and then we can fill this particular image. Just remove this particular portion. Now we need to move it away from our drawing like this. Now we are going to create a hatch so that the drawing looks a little bit better. So instead of pattern, you can use gradient of our let's use gradient of yellow and red. Click inside and we are done. So that's all for today's drawing. Thank you everyone, thank you very much, and have a nice day.